Hey everybody, I'm Joey and today we're making chicken thighs on a kettle grill. This simple dish can feed a crowd and it packs a big old punch of tasty. So follow me and let's turn up the heat. Chicken thighs are perfect for backyard barbecues because they're relatively inexpensive. I can find these for about 99 cents a pound, and they're a great alternative to hamburgers. Now you can use boneless or bone-in thighs for this recipe, but either way, I recommend you remove the skin. It's really fatty, will cause a lot of flare-ups, and it's just really difficult to get crispy unless you're flipping it a lot or using some kind of indirect heat. So I just removed it, and I use it for chicken stock. So again, while you can cook them bone-in or boneless, I really prefer boneless because it promotes a quicker cooking and more evenly cooked product. Just one other quick note, there's a smooth side and a rough side to the chicken thigh. So I like to cook these, when I put them down, I'll put the smooth side down. This is going to be the nice presentation side. But let's talk about seasoning these. You can really season them however you want. As a matter of fact, marinades are really great for this because there's a lot of nooks and crannies on the not smooth side where the flavor can hide. Marinating is great, but sometimes it can take a lot of time, and I just want to get these on the grill and in my belly as fast as possible. So today, I'm just going to season them with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and some JoJo rub. Now you can find our JoJo rub by clicking on our website at redmeatlover.com and going in the upper right hand corner search box and searching for JoJo rub. That's J-O-J-O rub. It's a combination of spices that are commonly found in most household kitchens, and it's a great accoutrement for cooking chicken or pork. You want to get them thoroughly coated so that we don't see any more white on the chicken. Okay, now that this is thoroughly coated with seasoning, let's head outside and put them on the grill. Okay, so now we have our fire going. This is jumbo lump charcoal, all natural, and a kettle grill. Now when you're cooking chicken thighs over an open fire like this, there's a ton of variables. How hot is the fire? How close is the fire to the food? You know, look, this is really more of an art than it is a science. So you'll have to practice, but we're just gonna feel what's the hottest part of the grill. It's right down here, down the middle. So we're gonna put the chicken down and we're gonna put the smooth side down first. Remember, that's our presentation side, so that's where we wanna get those nice sear marks. My best tip to you is develop a system for putting these down. So I always start at the top, I work my way down over the hottest part of the grill, and then I fill in around the exterior. Now we don't want burnt chicken, so if you start to get a lot of flare-ups, go ahead and put that dome on and cool the fire down just a little bit. Now that I have those down the middle, I'm going to go around the outside. And we're just going to let these cook for about 2 minutes before we flip them. Quick note on flipping. Unlike steak or hamburgers, where we only want you to flip it once, maybe twice, go ahead and feel free to flip these about 3 or 4 times. That's going to promote caramelization and really help kick up the flavor profile on these tasty birds. Okay, these have been on for 2 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and flip them now. I don't want them to burn. And look at that, we're already getting some nice color. Again, I remember the way I put them down, and I'm just going to flip them in that same exact order. Look at that awesome color, that awesome char. That's exactly what we're looking for. Because I always put down the chicken thighs down the same way, I know that I put this one down, then this. Now we're going to come over here, get this flipped. Now this is a real thin part, and this is a cool part of the fire, so I want to keep this thick part over the fire. That's going to take the longest to cook. Just a little tip to think about as you're cooking these. As you can see, we're getting some flare-ups right here, so I'm going to go ahead and throw the dome down, come back in about another 2 minutes. Okay, so these have been on here for another 2 minutes. As you can see, this is clearly the hottest part of the fire. This bird is getting a little bit more color, while this one is getting a little bit less. This is clearly the cooler part of the fire. So I'm gonna go ahead and rotate these off. Whoa, look at that flame. Here we go. We're gonna come back over here, flip that side down, let that get some color. You can see this is another very hot part of the grill based upon the color this is getting. We're just gonna go ahead and move this to the outside, to a little bit cooler part. As I mentioned earlier, that thick part of the thigh is still over the flame. So think about that as you rotate these out. Here's another one. We're gonna go ahead and get that one on the inside right there. You can see it didn't get nearly as hot as some of the other ones did. Okay, they've been down for about another 2 minutes. I was getting a lot of flare-ups, so I had the lid down, but as you can see, it's still really hot. What I don't want to do is I don't want to burn these, and I'd rather flip them too much than serve my guests burnt chicken. So again, this still continues to be the hottest part of the grill. I'm actually going to rotate this out with this bottom piece right here, get some color on that smooth side right there. And these are grilling up perfectly, as you can see. Okay, so we just flipped these for the 4th time, and they got about another 4 or 5 minutes of cooking. I just want to take a moment to talk about proper internal temperature. USDA recommends an internal temperature minimum of 165 degrees. I don't like these when they're cooked to 165 degrees. It's a very soft texture. So I like to really cook them at a higher temperature of 180, 185 degrees. Really firms up the texture and makes for a much more tasty chicken, in my opinion. Okay, so these have been cooking now for about 13 minutes and they're done. How do I know that they're done? Well, I can feel, and I can also tell that they are completely white all the way throughout. And that's how you can tell, but if you're unsure, I'll tell you this, you can never go wrong with an instant read thermometer. Go ahead and use that. You'd rather be safe than sorry with chicken. So we're gonna pull these off. As I pull these off, I just wanna mention one other note on food safety. You'll see that these are not the same tongs I used to put down the raw chicken. I switched them out halfway through the video. Because they touched raw chicken and this is fully cooked chicken, I don't want to cross-contaminate. So again, these are new tongs and I recommend you do the same. Better safe than sorry. Hey everybody, we're back inside now and thank goodness because it is incredibly hot outside, about 100 degrees. But we're ready to check out this chicken, so let's take a look. And as you can see right here, it's basically fork tender. White and tasty all the way throughout. Those grill marks give it a lot of good flavor. You can check out our website at redmeatlover.com for more tips and tricks about cooking all kinds of meat. If you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up, like right below the video, and even better, subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. It's the big red button right below the video. You can't miss it, and it only takes a second. And since we're cooking chicken today, it only feels right to quote the big chicken man himself, Colonel Sanders, who once said, "I'm too drunk to taste this chicken." I totally feel how he gets. I'll see you next time.